Hi guys,
Hi,
I'm Hellhound,
I'm Darkwolf,
and
and this is Tommy Two Steps, the cat.
yeah, he's a pretty cool cat.
Tommy the cat, he has his own website.
Get in, Tommy. Come over here.
Come on. He gets more girls than anybody.
Yeah, he's a chick magnet. It's really dark in here, so you can probably barely see us, but
Yeah.
back with another episode finally of video horror section, or VHS for short.
That's right.
And hopefully you can hear us over this loud fan, but we're going to talk about like the worst movie in a series. Like the worst, mostly horror.
Texas Chainsaw Next Generation,
Yeah.
number one.
Jason X, Freddy's Dead,
New Nightmare is even worse.
I think Freddy's Dead is slightly worse.
That's close.
I don't know, New Nightmare rendered my favorite sequels non-canonical, so that was bad. However, I think it was more well-made than Freddy's Dead, which had him cackling like a witch on a broom. He's like, I'll get you, my pretty... By that time, it was pretty clear that he was just a joke, and he was no longer scary. New Nightmare kind of made him scary again, but not in the way I would have wanted.
Any of the Hellraisers after part 2?
Yeah, oh god, yeah, those are god-awful.
Oh, got out. Looking on the door open.
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood, Child's Play 3, Seated Chucky, Let's hope
anyway,
not. Yeah.
There's plenty of others, but I guess they just run out of ideas.
Yeah, pretty much. Ghoulies 4 wasn't that good.
Yeah,
Critters
2 and 3 were
3.
good.
Yeah, I guess we're just kind of naming sequels that sucks. This probably isn't going to be our best video, but we're both really hungry and we're waiting for the burgers to be done. We're just kind of doing this to kill time. But yeah, I got my new show, Into the Pit, with my buddy Dr. Guts. Check that out if you haven't already.
That's right.
But on this show, we talk about horror and the 80s and Halloween. We
I'm
cover
not
all
going
that
to say
stuff.
what, and I'm really not going to say what, I'm too ashamed, but let's just say me and Dr. Guts are in the same company, or we were.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, they have the same occupational
he's a good guy.
endeavors. Yeah. But,
And
Spellbinder.
And all you girls, we are sending you, for whoever remembers the Spellbinder, we're sending you these nude posters. Alright. And all of us in it.
Oh, then our audience won't be able to watch our show anymore. They'll be blind. Spellbinder, if you're watching this, thanks for being a good sport. Alright, back to crappy horror sequels. Worst movies in a series. Well, I think that, Jason X, originally, they were in talks of making it Camp Crystal Lake set in the winter time, with snow on the ground.
That would be too good. Who'd want that?
I know,
Everybody
yeah.
would like it.
A frozen Crystal Lake, that'd be awesome. But no, let's do it in
Killing
space
in
in
the
the
snow.
future instead.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, terrible. Bad and the worst acting in the
They
whole
were even going to
series,
put
too.
Jason, at one point, one of the ideas actually, might have been better, maybe, than the space one. They were going to put him out in California, like in the gang area.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
Kind of like Escape
Anyway, yeah, worst horror sequels. What are some more? Freddy's Dead, he just became too much of a joke. Had too many silly scenes. I don't like how the dream sequences had the guy walking up some stairs and like people move in their dreams now. And the guy jumping around and he's
I want you
playing
to give your
NES.
famous line.
Power Glove.
Give your famous line when you knew the movie was over.
Oh, when he was fun of room cackling like a witch. Yeah, that's when I knew it was
They rip off
doomed.
the guy.
Well, no, I always thought that.
I
always
know, I
thought
agree.
that.
Yeah.
I knew the movie was- I
Well,
knew it
the
was in
series
for it.
is pretty much gone. Robert Englund he did its best.
Robert Englund's not coming back to play Freddy, therefore I don't want another Nightmare on Elm Street. The remake sucked. If you like the remake, you suck too. It's my
I know those of
opinion,
you
but I'm right.
Who bashed Part 2? Part 2 was way better than that.
Oh god, yeah. Even Freddy's Dead was slightly better than that.
Yeah. The first 4 were good.
Yeah. Well, what do you think was the worst in the Phantasm series? I'd say Part 3.
The worst?
The worst
That's
movie in the
beyond
Phantasm series.
classification.
Yeah.
That doesn't even get. That's
They had that annoying kid who. Oh my god, really?
Part 2.
Part 4 was a
Part
step
1
up.
and 2,
Best.
It's close.
5 looks like it'll be good.
Whoever likes
Favorable.
Part 1 better or whoever likes Part 2 better, not going to argue with you.
Part 2 is my
Part
favorite.
4
personally.
was the third best one in my opinion.
It was a step up from Part 3.
And Part 5, wait.
I
And
finally
10
got a
years
release
from
date.
now when they release
I
it?
finally got a release date, October.
Okay,
How
good.
fitting.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Let's hope
Finally,
they
we
do
see
it.
the Angus
And we're
Scrimm's
still
last
waiting.
movie.
We're still waiting to hear back from Your So Cool Brewster. When the hell's that going to be released?
Yeah, that needs to be
I
released
just
already.
checked
Fright
on that
Night
the other day.
documentary.
Finally got my internet back on. even though I owed $182, so the geniuses closed my account. And then they were like, okay, well, I'll pay the money to you. I have it right now. They're like, okay, but set up a new account. So I did, and they never asked for my money. And then later on, they called back. They're like, sorry. I don't know.
Well, the worst movie in the Fright Night series, it only consists of 2 movies. That's right. Fright Night series only consists of 2 movies. Mm-hmm. There are no others. Obviously, it'd be part 2, but it's a good movie. Yeah, rest in peace. And yeah, we're not going to include remakes, because obviously they'd all be the worst one. Then we just say, yeah, the remake's the worst one, end of video, the end. So
there was a good remake in 2009, one of the first
Bloody Valentine. Yeah, and maybe
I like the original better. I'm a purist.
Me too.
But part 2,
they did a good job.
Sequel, I mean the remake, Betsy Root, it had some good points in it. The 3D, it was really good. It had Tom Atkins.
It was a fun ride. It was a fun.
And the white-haired guy who played in Roadhouse, who looks like Uncle Berg. He plays in it. Yeah, that guy. And I thought he was dead, but he was in the film. Yeah, I always like he was a bad guy all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, maybe our next video we'll do remakes that don't suck. But anyway, back to
that's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah.
Well, we just named one.
The Thing. There you go.
Yeah, The Thing.
The end. All right, how about some non-horror series? Rambo.
Okay, let's go about the Rambo. Comedy for the Police Academy. Part 3.
It's my least favorite in the Rambo series.
It sucked. Sorry.
I thought the 4th one was a step up.
Oh yeah.
Part 2
that
is the best.
Good.
Rocky,
Part 2, yeah.
Rocky, my least favorite's a 3 and 5.
Part 1 may have had the better story and Rambo, but and maybe being better scenery. Part 2 was most entertaining.
Yeah.
And Part 2 was the first R-rated film I got to go and see at the theater.
Oh, cool.
My parents took me. My dad actually went to the movies with me. He hardly did, so I remember that because he worked a lot. Yeah. And the thing is, I was like thinking, are they going to let me in? I didn't know that, of course, my parents were there. Of course, I was getting in. But I was thinking, oh, wow, I got in. But, yeah, I remember
Mad Max, my least favorite is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. However,
I saw that.
When I saw Fury Road, that was really good, but I missed Mel Gibson a lot. Some people are going overboard with it, saying that's their favorite. No, Road Warrior is still the best.
Mel Gibson is not in it, so therefore, guess what? I didn't watch it, and he's getting blacked.
Worst Star Wars movie, the prequels. Worst Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Shia LaBeouf.
Anybody who thinks Temple of Doom was the worst
That's my favorite. Bite
I want
me.
you to explain it in a little message underneath it. Like, why?
They made it too different from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, Last Crusade, the Nazis, and Raiders of the Lost Part 2, and Indiana Jones doesn't kill the villain.
And they also had a really cool arcade game for the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, and Rolo Rhyme was the best villain of the series, I think.
It had,
best series, the best
had
adventure.
the kid from the Goonies in it, my favorite.
Yeah,
film.
Short Round.
Yeah, that's actually my nickname.
Him and Willie were very annoying, but I liked Mary.
Short Round, that was my nickname. His name was The Meat.
Yeah. No, before they started calling me Hellhound, I went by The Meat.
No reason. Anyway, I want you to think of a comedy series, Police Academy, for instance.
Part 7 is the worst.
Yeah, it was good. They tried.
Part 2 is my favorite. Their first assignment. I love Bobcat Goldthwait. He's hilarious.
I liked him in Part 3 when he joined. Part 2 was really good.
Yeah, Part 3 he became one of the good guys.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And Part 3, I liked Part 4 because David Spade was in it and they had all that stuff going on.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was probably my second favorite.
Yeah, was that Citizens on Patrol or was that 3? Part 4 was, I can't remember.
There's so many of
them. And then the day comedy died. Steve Guttenberg left Police Academy after Part 4.
That sucked.
I'm not joking about it. The guy was awesome. And when they got rid of Mahoney, it just lost.
Maybe we'll come back when they make the new one.
They're talking about it.
That'd be a dream come true.
I think George Gaines still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good.
All right, well, worst Back to the Future. Let's say it together. Ready? Part 3. They should have made a Part 4.
I like Western.
Yeah, I like it. It's just my least favorite. It's just the worst in comparison to the first two.
Part 2 was right on the money in predictions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2015 was just like that. Yeah, we go get my hoverboard. That's my flying car.
Actually, I wish 2015 were like 1989 when it came out.
Yeah, true. Me too. I wish I could do
obviously, the first one's the best.
Time warp like that. Oh yeah, easily. What about the worst Hannibal movie?
that one you and the evil queen watched together.
Oh yeah, Rising.
Yeah. I won't say her name.
We can agree on that one. Yeah, Living Dead girl, my ex-girlfriend. Let's see. What are some more horror ones? I feel like we didn't cover that quite enough. Worst Maniac Cop was part 3.
Yeah.
It was still good. Yeah, worst Jason, obviously Jason X. We already covered that.
Well, let's look around the room before we find some.
Yeah, true. Worst Leatherface, Next Generation.
Oh my god.
Also one of the worst movies
my
I've
god.
ever seen.
Oh my god, Next Generation.
Boo.
What were they doing?
Yeah, what indeed.
And Halloween's.
Resurrection. Resurrection.
Halloween MTV Raps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Halloween Hillbilly
I
White
won't say
Trash
this.
shit.
Oh, that don't even count. Hey, Rob Zombie did the one thing Loomis couldn't do.
He killed Michael Myers.
Yeah, he's not a white trash hobo. He's Michael Myers.
Yeah, he's supposed to be scary, not.
He's a sophisticated white dude that you can't tell who he is. He glimpses and takes off his mask, walks around, does everything.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be, you know, hillbilly, over top, vulgar, nasty characters.
Yeah.
Doing like graphic stuff. He
And
didn't know what he was doing.
The guy had a bad stepfather, so he went nuts and killed people. If that were the case,
The most cliche
Well,
backstory ever. White trash family, check. Got bullied in high school, check. Abusive stepfather, oh well, yeah, I wonder if he's going to be a serial killer. He's supposed to be scared because he didn't know why he killed people.
However, Danielle Harris was in it, so it's not all
That
bad.
was good.
That was good.
And Malcolm McDowell was a good Loomis.
And Malcolm McDowell was a good Loomis.
Another
Danielle
winner.
Harris and Malcolm McDowell, you guys did good.
Well, 2007 one wasn't all
2007
bad.
one was pretty good.
But the sequel, H2,
compared
2009,
compared to part
sucked.
2.
I walked out of the theater. I walked out. He couldn't find me. He was looking for me because I fucking left.
He didn't miss anything.
Shit.
I liked
Go in the bathroom and watch somebody take a piss. It was better than the movie.
I liked the first 15 minutes of the final original Halloween, The Resurrection. I liked the first 15. If they had included that on, they couldn't have, but if they could have included that on H2O.
Yeah, add that on the end of H2O. You have a perfect movie.
Perfect.
End it there. Don't go on the Busta Rhymes
had
bullshit.
Me going like this is going to be really good, but boy was I wrong.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
I'll tell you, maybe they killed the family.
Rick Rosenthal did it.
I know.
He's the one who directed Halloween too. How'd that happen?
You're probably your favorite, one of your favorites.
Yeah, Halloween. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
worst Hammer Dracula movie.
I'll let you handle those.
Satanic Rites of Dracula.
As much as you do.
Satanic Rites of Dracula. Unless you count Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires or whatever the hell it's called.
I got one for you. Bond.
Worst Bond movie ever is Die Another Day. That'd be the Batman and Robin of Bond movies.
Worst.
Really close are A View to a Kill and Quantum of Soulless. Yeah, that's right. I said Soulless.
Yep.
Mine's
Live and Let Die.
That's your least favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why.
Let me see.
That wasn't one of the better ones. Man with the Golden Gun wasn't that great either.
Yeah,
but it did have Christopher Lee.
It wasn't one of the better ones.
Yeah. But it had Christopher Lee as Francisco Scaramanga, one of the best Bond villains ever, despite the movie not being all that great.
And on the Porky's films, part 2.
That's the worst one. Porky's Revenge was an improvement.
If you're a woman or you're gay, you will love part 2.
Oh, Revenge of the Nerds. I'd say the first one was either part 3 or part 4. Probably part 4.
Yeah. Part 2, actually, I like better than part 1, I'm not going to lie.
Part 1's probably technically a better comedy, more well-written, but part 2's more
entertaining. Part 2 is way more... And who can forget Hotel Coral Essex?
Yeah, hot oral
sex.
I
love that. I love that. That was good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish there had been more of Anthony Edwards in it.
I know, he didn't want to be in it, so they cut his screen time down a lot.
Yeah. Okay, here's an easy one for you. Really easy.
Okay.
Of the original Batmans from '89.
Oh, Batman and Robin.
Yep.
By far, that sucked.
They pretty much go in order.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
easily.
4.
They get worse and worse, yeah.
Now, has there ever been a film that the first 2 films sucked, and then part 3 or 4?
I can't think of one.
Usually, they start off pretty well. They wouldn't even
yeah,
have
that's a good question. That's a good question. We're running out of time now. But
oh, well.
I'd like to. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, if they improve, like, later on. Well, I'd say Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is my favorite. I like Dream Warriors the best, but I wouldn't say 1 and 2 sucked. In fact, 1's probably even technically a better movie. I prefer part 3 for like personal reasons.
Yeah, they are.
The worst Amityville movie. That's hard.
Yeah, Amityville.
Pretty much all of them after 2, The Possession, kind of sucked. 3 and 4 had their moments.
1 and 2
Amityville Curse wasn't very good. Next Generation, Dollhouse.
I like James Brolin a lot in part 1. I like Diane Franklin in part 2.
I love part 2. It's just such a sleazy, nasty little movie. I just love it. Let's think of one more series, and then let's wrap this video up.
That's right.
Our next video will be better. I know we said that last time.
Hey, we're
I
starving.
put more thought to it. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. That was a bologna sandwich.
The Star Trek films.
I put all my into the video
The
I did
original
earlier
Star
with,
Trek films with the
Dr.
original
Cuts.
cast, not the Next Generation people.
5, I'd say.
5? I love
Or
that
6.
one. 5
6.
is my favorite. It was
6.
so funny.
6.
Yeah, 6.
6 is. I meant to say 6.
Was such. Compared to Part 5, I remember seeing it at the theater. I was like, wow, this is actually really funny.
Star Trek 2, Wrath
then
of Khan is my favorite.
Part 6 was just like so negative and like
Yeah,
it was
I
good.
didn't
I mean, they did a
like it.
good job. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's
but
not terrible.
It was.
It's not
It was
terrible.
just so downer compared to Part 5.
Yeah.
Part 5 was all happy and everything. Everybody's joking around like a comedy film. And I love
Part 2 is my favorite.
Part 3, I like. Gotta love Search for Spock. And Part 4,
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Voyage
Oh,
Home.
put a rush
That was a good
ending,
one.
just like Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right. Have a good one.
Alright guys, well, until next time. And our next video will be better, and we'll have more light in here too. That's right. Later.